don't remind us. It's about this.
Yeah, but we shouldn't open our mouths because suddenly the rain will come back again.
You can cut it out.
Yeah. So great to have you all. We have a very powerful class, one of the most important of the course. A bit kind of outrageous, the understanding of this class. But first, since it's connected to last class, let's do some repetition. So what we learned last week, that life is a perfect plan. Yeah? It's a perfect plan designed to help me with my soul correction. So we actually learned that the reason why we all came to this world is for the process, for the purpose of tikkun. Tikkun, what we said about tikkun? Can someone remind us what is tikkun?
Our bad things that we need to correct.
Only? You're harsh on yourself. It's also our talents that we need to emphasize. Those are, the tikkun has two levels to it. One is fine-tuning and removing all those baggages that we came with, that blocking the light to come to our lives. And second is the gift that exists. The gift is the soul. The soul has a very unique print to it. It's significant to each and every one of us. And we need to learn to emphasize it in this world. As long as we're not doing both, and they're actually connected. Because we said that there are some layers over our souls that preventing that light to be emphasized, preventing our soul to shine. Yes? Is that making sense? You remember? So the tool that we gave to you is, I want to know why everything is happening in my life. Not from a place of blaming, from the place of understanding. Because if everything's sent by the light to me, usually it's coming to me as a mystery. It's coming to me as a puzzled, unresolved. I don't think things are fair. Why? Because I'm already packed with some layers that distorting the reality. It means that I'm not seeing necessarily every scenario of my life with my soul. I don't. Because if I did, I would be happy every given moment. In the winter, in the summer, in a rainy day, when I'm successful, when I'm not successful. Because it's all a perfect plan designed by the cosmic energy, the light, in order to what? In order to help me to serve my purpose in this world. Everything is necessary. Do we really believe that everything that happened in our life, all those disappointments, all those difficult moments, all those failures were coming perfectly just to help me? Just to help me. We don't. We don't. But if from now on we're going to adapt it and say, wait a second, why is it there? I don't understand, and it's okay if we don't understand, because that's the beauty of life. Life sends us constant opportunity of unknowns situations. Isn't it? Surprise. We call it surprise. I don't like the surprise. It's completely getting me out of the comfort zone, isn't it? I don't like it. It doesn't fit my needs right now. It doesn't really serve me as according to what I think. But it's wrong. It's wrong. Because if it's there, if it's already happening, for good and for worse, bitter, sweet, whatever it is, it means that it needs to happen. So instead of me fighting why did it happen and wasting my energy, I rather use this tool number 2 and say, okay, I don't agree that you are here. I don't understand why you are here. I don't like you situation. I don't like you this person, why you are triggering me, why you hurting me, why you saying what you're saying to me. But I know I learned in class number 2 in Kabbalah, course 1, that I need to ask why is it there. Is that making sense? So if it's happened, it means it's needed to happen. Can we prevent chaotic thing to happen? Yes, absolutely, in the future. But if it happened, even if it's chaotic and unpleasant and painful, it's needed to happen. Embrace it. Ask, what's the sign here? What I need to learn from this lesson? Instead of feeling a victim or feeling guilty or blaming everyone else, it's a waste of energy. It's not going to help. Is that making sense? And we do it all the time. But now we understand life is perfect. The world is perfect. It doesn't seem perfect because one of the saying of the Kabbalah says that the moment you're going to taste an apple before it's ripe, when it's totally immature, it's going to feel the most untasty thing in the world. Bitter, not pleasant. You're not going to look at it as something that has nutrition in it, yeah? But the moment you wait for it to be ripe, it's going to be sweet, it's going to be tasty, it's going to be pleasant. That's how life is. In terms of us as humans all over the world, we are in process of becoming ripe. So we're not there yet. Yeah, we're not there, because if we were there, we would see only happiness, bliss, peace all over the world. No wars, no greed, no crime, no sickness. If we were there. We're not there, but we are in the process. So we can delay the process by not liking it and saying, I didn't sign for this contract. I didn't sign for this. I was signing for something much more pleasant. No. It's part. So by saying, why is this in my movie? I'm actually asking to see the beauty behind the challenge. The gift, the reward that is awaiting for me behind the challenge. And that's bringing us to this class today. There is a challenge, there is a reward. Life, what we said about life is the game meant to be won by us. But not won by us as an individual, won by us as a collective. We are here serving a personal purpose, but we also serving a global purpose. It's have to be ascended and attached to one another. The moment I'm separating myself and I'm just watching my own things, I'm limited. I'm limited the capacity of my soul, because my soul is much more behind just taking of my own limited needs. Okay? Somebody touched there? Yes. Click. Okay. Yes. All right. So today we're going to meet the opponent team. There is a team out there, there is a setup team that meant to oppose us. There is a question in the online?
Yes, there's a question. Maurizio is asking, even if the chaos in our movie is caused by ourselves, still is. That's a question. Even if the movie is caused by ourselves, even if the chaos is caused by oneself.
Or even more, because, I'm trying to see what would be the best answer. So let's say someone is the one that is in self-destruct, okay? So it means I actually caused and brought upon myself the chaos. Okay, so we have two options. Now I can feel very bad, self-beat myself constantly, having guilt, saying to myself I'm a bad person. Is that going to help me with anything? Is that going to serve me in any ways? What do you think? What do you think? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah. So even that meant to happen. Even that part of my process. Me making mistake is part of the process. It's okay. It doesn't mean that I should, enjoy doing negative things. But if they already happened and I was reactive and I couldn't control them and I was impulsive and I was tempted and so on, Okay, it happened. Why is it there? It's related. It's showing me on my tikkun. It's showing me that I have an issue. And probably it's repetitive. What we say about tikkun, it's repetitive patterns. It's repetitive behaviors. It's repetitive emotional states. That's what we said. That's how you identify it, that it's a tikkun. If something just happened once, okay, and you don't see any connection, you did one mistake, not related. I think everything related is, we need to just learn to observe, yeah? But if it's repetitive, it means that there is a tikkun. I'm carrying with me a certain blockages that causing me to act in a certain way, to think in a certain way, and to behave in a certain way. All right? And especially, of course, it's my behavior. Because eventually it's always the way I react to things. So it's always comes back to me. Because if things happening without my control, what do I left with? Only my reaction. Either I'm reactive or proactive. Yes? Either I'm the light or I'm the vessel. Either I'm the cause or either I'm the effect. You agree? So it's everything comes to show me about my tikkun. No matter to which degree I made a mistake. The mistake starts by being reactive. But if I'm reactive in a certain way, in a repetitive way, it means it's my tikkun. I have to put my attention, say, why? Why I'm acting this way? I need to unpack things. I need to bring things, put the cards on the table. Not try to hide. We're not here to hide things. It's not going to serve us. All right? So the opponent team is the system, the cosmic system that will help me to expose my tikkun. Okay? So we said, if there is a game, yeah, would the game make any sense that I have no one to play against? What do you think? How would it be if you had like a game, but the opponent has no power? Okay? The opponent team has no power over you. You're just winning constantly every game for years. Yeah? You're having this baseball bat. Every time you knock the ball, it's always going to the pocket. You would like that? Yeah?
Ideally, no.
Yeah.
Fun.
Huh?
No fun.
Ideal, not fun. It's two opposites. Okay. But imagine yourself, every attempt that you're making in this world is successful. No one to disturb you. Everything goes smooth.
When you're saying successful, it's already contradiction. Successful is an opposite to it. So it's already there. So if everything is perfect, meaning still there is somewhere there is a not perfect.
You don't give him the mic? Say it again for the friends.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, even in the ideal situation, when everything is perfect, how do you know that it is perfect? Only when there is something just beside you, somewhere else, not perfect. So there is no one pole.
Every attempt that you're making met your desire, your expectation. You got what you wanted. The bottom line, everything that you do in life, there is no opposition. In a way, it's perfect, but we know that it's impossible in this world. There are times, very seldom, that we get what we want. But if you look at life carefully and look at all the things that you wanted from life, did you get them? Did you get what you wanted from life from childhood till this very day? What do you think? What is the percentage of what you wanted and you got it, and what you wanted and you didn't get? You got 85% from what you wanted? Wow, you are very successful. Huh? So the idea is that, and it's okay to get what we want, but in order, in this world, remember what we said in the first class? We came here for ownership. Meaning that every bits of accomplishment need to be earned. It cannot come freely to me. We're going to explain it in details in the 5th class. But what does it mean? No free lunches in this world, okay? So who is making sure that in the cosmos you get no free lunches? The opponent team. The opponent team. Meaning that every desire that you will want and want to accomplish, and it's great, you should increase your desire to receive. It's good. But remember, every time you want even greater things, you will meet a greater opponent. Why? Greater rewards, greater opposition. So the opponent is not a person. The opponent is not a situation. The opponent is not a government. It's not my parents. It's not my mother-in-law. Yeah? The opponent is a force. It's a force designed by the cosmic. So every time I'm awakening desire, he will show me what I need to work on myself in order to get what I want. So he's actually my best friend. He's not really opponent. So there is kind of love-hate friendship between this force. Most of us really, when you really understand this force, you're going to resent it, but it's not the right thing. We shouldn't resent it because, we don't like to be opposed. We don't like to be refused. We don't like to be put down. We don't like to see things on ourselves that are not super pleasant. Do you agree? Yeah? So the opponent system, it's pretty much related deeply to what we call the ego. You know what is the initial of ego? Everyone got one. So if for a second we thought that maybe we dismiss and we don't have an ego, we are very humble, we like angels, that's how the opponent convinces us sometimes. Sometimes the opponent is very tricky because it's a force that exists from the beginning of time. If you want to relate it a little bit to the biblical stories, so what was the first temptation in Genesis? Anyone familiar with the Bible a little bit? The apple. Yeah. But who gave the apple? The snake. So snake is like the one. So there is a reason why they use the form snake. But again, we don't want to fall into religiosity because all the biblical stories, they are metaphors. They are metaphors to speak about forces that exist out there. So this is the force that tempts us to go for something that's going to give us immediate gratification. Yeah? So how this force works, let me tell you. It's very interesting. It's very important that you internalize this class because the opponent system is also related to forgetfulness. It will make sure when you get out of this class to erase your memory about what I told you about him. Okay? So you need to make tremendous effort to remember how does it function. Because if you're not aware how does it function, you won't be able to recognize him in his life. But let me give you an example. How many things you do in life that you know that you shouldn't do? Yeah, name it. Name. Simple, don't get too complicated. Things that you did today that you know that you shouldn't have done. Eat unhealthy, great. More. Shoot, there are plenty. Please participate online too.
Mauricio says a lot.
Yeah, a lot is, I know, but
Can you
give
be
me
specific?
examples. I need
Yeah.
examples. Just because we try to prove a point. How does this system work? Lying.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, my son is sick, for example.
Okay, lying is good. I like it.
Bad
General.
habits, like
Eh?
smoking and stuff. Bad habits.
Bad habits, addiction, smoking, alcohol. Okay, great.
Online, Marika says procrastinate, white lies.
Procrastination.
Marilyn, white
White
lies.
lies. It's more sophisticated lie. Yeah.
No exercise from Melissa. Mauricio says lying to myself. And Marika also seeking approval.
Lying to yourself. Approval. More. Say again.
Laziness.
Laziness. Perfect. What else?
Gossiping.
Gossiping. Good. Judging also. Yeah. What else? Mark, what do you have? Seduction. What does it mean?
Like, I don't know, like seducing someone you shouldn't do it.
Manipulation, maybe. Manipulation is the kind of what we do. Manipulating. Yes. What else? Give me something. Everyone need to share something today. Criticizing. Okay, that's great. Let's close this box. Now, let's go to another box. What are those things that we know that are good for us to do, but we don't do them?
Exercise.
Exercise. What else?
Journal.
Journal. Okay, like kind of. Journal is kind of being aware,
Yeah.
like to be aware of what we do. Journal to memorize what we've been through. Yeah. Okay. Good. What else?
Waking up early morning.
Okay, I don't know if everyone will agree with you. I love waking up early, but maybe not slamming our alarm clock every time we set up the clock to wake up early. Do you do that? Do you take another 5 minutes? Do you steal another 5 minutes from yourself and half an hour?
Yeah.
From what you promised yourself that you're gonna.
Yes, you don't always say to yourself, okay, I'll do it tomorrow.
Procrastination. Beautiful.
Online, there are many examples here. Eat vegetables, drink water, call my mother. Prayers,
Oh, my mother, great.
prayers, share more, care even more,
Meditation.
care for the family, speak up for myself in a difficult
Care for
situation,
others.
and speak up for myself in a difficult situation. Meditate, pray, love your neighbor, scan Zohar, choosing to be kind to others.
Okay, so we all feel it. So are we masochist? Because I didn't tell you something new. You already know that it's good for you to do something, you don't do it. You already know that it's not good for you to do those things that you do, but you don't do it. So what is it? Self-sabotage? What is it? What's going on here? It's called life. So today we're explaining what's causing that. Something is causing that. It means because there are times that I choose to do the right things or I prevent myself from doing the wrong things. Do you agree? There are times that I'm able to tap to some kind of awareness and consciousness that I stop myself from doing the mistake. Do you agree? And sometimes I'm super motivated to do the amazing thing. So why many of the times I don't? There are many, we can analyze it, but how come? What's causing me to act in a certain way at certain times? And why I'm doing it at times, I'm not doing it. You know, it's such a banal kind of question because we're so used to ourselves doing that forever that we don't even raise the question.
Maybe because you think that in the same moment, whatever you choose to do is going to be more rewarding for you in this particular moment. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, but it's when you do the right things, usually has a long-term impact on my life. That's doing the right thing. It's not about I want to feel good, so I eat an ice cream. Because ice cream makes you feel good.
Yeah, but for example, you'd like to lose some weight on the long term. But in this moment, it's much more pleasure for you to eat ice cream. Even though you know like it's not good for your final goal. But it's going to give you more pleasure in this moment. So you choose sort of like to have pleasure now than to have pleasure like in 6 months when you're going to have your perfect weight.
So who's telling you to do that? Because you know it's wrong. Then you know.
I'm saying it to myself. I
No.
can start tomorrow or something like
So it's not you telling it yourself. Now we're bringing some new understanding. I told you it's going to be a little bit out of the box class to understand that there is a force. And that force is causing us to do that. At least it's putting the temptation on the table. I still have the free will, and sometimes I will be smart enough to make the right choices, but many of the times I will listen to that voice. Kabbalah explains that there are constantly two voices inside of us. Okay? One voice is my soul, that all wants to do is to shine. It's to recharge. It's to do the right thing. It's to get out of the comfort. It's to overcome the limitations of the body. And the other voice is the voice of the opponent. And we have a free will. So today we're learning that there are two voices. It's a reality. All what you need to do now is start observing it. I'm not telling you try to overcome it yet, because it's not easy. First, observe the two voices. Okay? Today we're learning that there are two voices, and now I want you from now on to put attention to it. That there are two voices. The voice that tells me to go in the wrong direction, and the voice that wants me to have a long-term fulfillment and success. There are two voices. Okay? Remember, in the beginning we talked about body and soul. Yes? Ego and soul. So the ego is represented by this voice of the opponent. Okay? So what is this ego tells me? It can tell me I'm the best. It can tell me I'm the worst. It can tell me I want energy now, give it to me in whatever. I need approval, I need accomplishment, I need to feel winner now. I want power, I want control. Yeah, the ego has many, many voices to it. Yeah? I'm better than the others. I'm willing to step over the others in order for me to feel better about myself. So the ego, the negative ego, okay, we call it, because there is the positive ego inside of each and every one of us that is unique. He's saying, I want to be the best, and it's okay to be the best, but not through listening to the opponent. Through overcoming the opponent, I become the best. You understand? To overcoming my opponent, the opponent wants me to overcome him. But the moment I give my energy to the opponent, he becomes my master and I'm his slave. So I'm start working for this voice. Now, which voice is going to be louder within me? Which voice is going to be louder? The voice that I give more of my attention to. But usually, the voice of the opponent is much louder because of tikkun, because of so many lifetimes that I already surrender to it. I gave him my free will. I gave him my energy. So usually the voice of the opponent is always stronger. And the voice of the soul is saying, be kind, go on a diet, be less lazy, but the voice of the opponent say, yeah, but today I'm too depressed, so maybe I do other things, you know. Yeah, share with us. Nobody doesn't deserve, the voice of the opponent say. No, but I gave him, but he never appreciated. Conversation. I want you to start being aware of the conversation inside your mind. This is the purpose of this class today, guys. Wait, overcoming it, it's part of the plan, but without knowing what you need to overcome, there is no way for you to overcome it. I'm telling you. And we're not inventing something. You need to understand that the opportunity that we have today is to understand the biggest secret of life that most people don't apply to, that there are two voices. And that's why that's what free will is all about. That constantly the opponent will tempt me to go for immediate gratification. Feed me now, Seymour, he said to me. Get the energy now. Get it now. Judge. Drink. Gossip. Be fearful. Feel small. It's all the voice of the opponent. Think you are the best. It has the negative side, the downside, and the upside. That if someone thinks he's the best and is better than other people, it's also the opponent, because we all have the spark of the divine inside of us. Yeah? So the opponent, the reactive voice within that distracts me from listening to the voice of my soul. Okay?
So the snake from the Bible, it was the opponent?
Yes. Yes.
So they had a choice, basically, not to listen?
So, of course. Of course. So,
Can you repeat?
repeat it. It's an important question.
Yeah, so the snake from the Bible, it's basically the opponent?
Yes. So what he did there? So I will explain you a bit how it works, this voice, because it's very sophisticated. Yeah. So he came to Eve and he told her, how come there are two trees? If your creator created two trees, why you shouldn't touch the other tree? Yeah. So the voice is coming usually with logic. Opponent is the master of logic, my friends. That's the reason he's so convincing. Yeah? He's convincing us through the path of logic. So that's how difficult it is to overcome it. Okay? So now let's explain through a story that comes from the main text of Kabbalah called the Zohar. It's a very ancient text that was written 2,000 years ago that reveals all the secrets that we're speaking about, and it's actually decoded all the biblical understanding, and saying that whoever looks at those ancient scripts and understanding just literally is missing the point. It's a metaphor. It's to show us how energy works and what do I need to do in order to connect to the right energies. What will deplete me? What will energize me? Okay, so this is how it is. When man is born, the evil inclinations enters with him and constantly denouncing, as it is written, sin crouches at the door. What is meant by the sin crouches? It's referred to the evil inclination. At the door means at the opening of the womb, at the person's birth. Who is the real hero? The one who conquered his ego. So it says, we said everyone got one. How is it? It's referred to the moment we get out of the womb, immediately we have this force over us. It's called evil inclination. It's the one that wants us to go bad, to do the wrong thing, to make the wrong choices. How the opponent operates through thoughts, words, feelings, actions, and belief systems. How do I perceive the world? So now I want you to, all of you, go together online and here. Go back to a challenging situation you have experienced lately. Try to awake the feeling you had in that moment. Observe the voice of the opponent, what he told you, how he convinced you. What was the logical way to convince you to be reactive in that way that you were? Share with us from the online, please. By the way, they can speak if they want. They can voice it out for us. We can listen.
For now, I'll read.
Okay.
So Mauricio is like the voice told me, do it now, no problem. Do it quickly, don't think about it. And there's nothing wrong about it. You will always have time later to act better. That's Mauricio. And Marika, it made me doubt my own intuition, and the opponent's voice was louder. So instead of pausing, I listened to it. And
Beautiful.
one more
Beautiful
person,
example.
Melissa. It made me think that she was too tired to get work done.
Okay, good. Good.
Can I say one thing?
To listen to it or not?
Can you repeat this question?
Is there a way to differentiate between a voice of intuition or the opponent? Like the voice that talking to me, how do I know if it's a good thing or bad thing?
But it was today.
Please, you can-
So when I just walked with my coworkers, so I was criticizing something in our now Canadian reality. I was realizing that I'm criticizing it, and I do know that it's not a good thing, but kind of I wanted to keep the conversation and be maybe popular. So the voice would say that just keep going. It's good. It's the conversation is running smoothly. Just keep going.
All right. But where did it came from, you think? Which side of your ego?
Yeah, sure.
What side? What kind?
Like I said, it just
You wanted to please?
yeah, kind of.
You
Yeah,
wanted to please?
yeah, just
Okay.
to be part of the company. I mean, our circle of friends, and just
All right.
keep them entertained.
All right, that's cool. Anyone else wants to share? Please. You want?
Sure.
Yeah.
Challenge recently I've been facing is being ghosted by like potential employers or job opportunities. And I feel like the voice I keep hearing in reaction to that is like, you're not good enough. You're not worthy of my time. You're too much. You're annoying. You're on the wrong path. All of those
Very
things.
strong. Very good example. Very good example. So the main mission of the opponent is dismissing our trust and our certainty, first of all, with the light and with ourselves. Okay? This is what his mission is. That I won't believe that there is goodness awaiting for me, or that I'm not good enough ever. All right? And regarding your question, so there was a very, very good question here. How do I differentiate? How do I realize if the voice is coming from the opponent or the voice is coming from my soul, from my intuition? Okay, so the question I need to ask myself, is it long-term contributing to me? Yeah? I need to ask, is it actually generating for me to step out of my comfort zone or not? Yeah? So the opponent wants me to get less energy. Less energy is in no movement, no gesture, no extension, no giving. Yeah? Selfish. That's what the opponent also wants me to do. The soul said, I'm here to share. I'm here to get out of my comfort zone. I'm here to expand. I'm here to shine. I'm here to understand that there is an higher force. That's how you can measure it. All right? Please.
For me, this situation is 0-1.
Like 0 or 1, there's nothing between. Like
By the way, I'm a guest here. I'm in the Kabbalah tree. I'm a guest here and listening to you. So I look at this. If I'm a creator, I do it or not. I always ask this question. I hear the voices from both sides, confused which one is right, which one is wrong. I ask myself, I'm a creator. As a creator, the source of the light, I do it or not. If the creator doesn't do it, I won't do it. If the creator do it, so for the sake of giving, for the sake of like sharing, I would do it. If no, it just makes me a little bit happy right now, but it's not very things that God does or creator does, I avoid it. This is like 0-1.
Like
This
a
is my
computer.
approach. Yeah, exactly. Analog. Thank you.
It's a nice example. So we need to remember what the light does. Remember we talked about it in the first class. The light shine. The light explain. Expand, exactly. The light expand. The light illuminate. The light is kind. The light is love. Every time I'm opposite in that, it means that I'm actually in the consciousness of the opponent. It's many times, my friends. But we can retrain ourselves. Okay?
One question. Oh, sorry.
I have a question. How do we save ourselves from something like narcissists, whereby we tell ourselves what we need or want to hear? In the-
Narcissist, like outside of becoming a narcissist.
Both, I would say.
Give me an example.
Well, let's say like I did something wrong. I started an argument, but I created and I fabricated a situation from the inner voice, which said, you know what, he had it coming, she had it coming. How do you create a situation whereby you protect yourself from listening to the wrong voice, whilst acknowledging the ego, the opponent and the ego?
So you remember when we said like pause, what an opportunity? That's one of the basic and so fundamental things that I can apply before I'm going too far with my reaction or choosing the opponent as my advisor. Yeah. So pause and say, wait a second. Why is it in my movie? Why is saying that to me? It's a process of a few seconds, by the way. The brain is very fast. But the moment you pause, you actually allow the soul to be activated. Because the opponent wants me constantly to be reactive, impulsive, without any choice. You know? So that's how it's related to the rest of the classes. Yeah. I know narcissism is like the new thing in the world. Everyone talks about it. But I think it's an extension of the ego. Because when we talk about that, it's like different levels of selfishness.
I just don't want to be in a situation where I tell myself what I want to hear.
We do that all the time, though. It's not you telling that, because the differentiation is to see who is I. We got convinced that the voice of the opponent that come through so logical channels. I have proofs. You know, I've been rejected by so many employers. I have proof for me not to feel good about myself. But it's not me. Me is the soul, is the light. The light cannot think something negative. You understand? So I need to stop identify myself with that voice. To understand, yeah, it's a voice that attached to me, but it's not who I am. This voice convinces us that if I think to go ahead and listen to a very negative thought of destruction or self-destruction, I think this is my voice and it's okay to listen to it. No, now we're separating. I have this voice and I have my real voice. It's my soul. It's here to expand, it's here to evolve, it's here to do good. So separate them. Don't feel it's you. Don't feel it's the other person. Don't feel it's the bad person in the street. It's not. But your tiny voice in the beginning, what he told you, I need to support her.
Yeah.
She
What's the best way to do that? Maybe not to contemplate the best way. Maybe he wants to be left alone.
How do I know what you want?
It's not about what she wants. It's about doing an act of sharing, act of kindness that relates more to you.
Yeah, but maybe the act of kindness in this specific situation, it will be not to approach her and let her be into breathing.
So try replacing parts. Let's say you going through something.
No, I don't want to imagine.
No, but something.
Yeah.
Would you want your friends to support you? Or you want to? That's the point. So here you identify a voice of your opponent, convince you, manipulated you, just to prevent you to be there for you. It's not you, because your first initial intention was to be there for her.
And I would be there if I just knew exactly what is going to be the right things to do. I will do it. It's just me confused. I don't know what to say.
You can say that to her too. Listen, I'm here for you. I don't know how really to deal with it, but I'm here for you. What can I do for you? You understand? Or to bring her something, to go to her. There are so many things, but this voice is sabotaging our good intention. It's a very beautiful example. Thank you for sharing with us.
David, can we actually
Yeah.
tell that actually the initial voice in your head
Yes.
will be the voice of the soul, and then there came the rational voice of ego, convincing you not to do it or modifying your. Because usually your immediate reaction is your good instincts. It's your soul reacting, but then like in this example,
not every time.
okay.
Every time.
But very, very often, I can concur with what we just heard. That's very often the situation, and then I can convince myself not to do nothing or stuff like that.
It's true. So what you're trying to say, and I will explain it, that every time my soul will be awakened to do something that is very proactive, okay? For me, for my career, for another person, an act of kindness, an act of volunteering, showing love, being vulnerable, and so on. This intention would have to be followed with overcoming the opponent. The opponent will come and try to convince you otherwise. That's how it works, my friends. Initial desire to be the light will have to face the voice of the opponent to overcome. That's how everything works. It's a mechanism, my friend. It's not psychology. That's how it works.
Can it be, for example, like when you are looking for a job, right? And then you say, okay, I'm not good enough. I'm not, maybe I should try something else. Can it be a light talking to you and say, you know what, this is not what you meant to do. This is not your purpose. And basically the light will turn you in the right direction when you are actually can be more like to benefit more. Like how can, again, this is the question, like how do you differentiate between the voices?
Definitely a good question. The idea is, would it help me to feel that I'm bad because I'm not getting the work? I can recalculate and saying, maybe the light is trying to give me a message here that I should widen my spectrum of looking for having another career. Yeah? It could be that maybe I'm like too close-minded. Maybe I'm thinking too small about myself and the light doesn't want to give me the job that I want because he wants to give me much more.
Basically what you think. This is the, like, if you think bad on yourself, so this is the opponent. If you get, oh, I'm not getting the work and because of it, I'm getting more opportunities to look for stuff. So this is the light.
Recalculate. I need to understand that there is a message here, me not getting. But it's not because I'm bad. It's because I need to think bigger, because maybe I'm doubting myself. That's the reason initially that everyone else is actually rejecting me. I'm doubting myself. So I need to identify this.
Thank you.
It's good? You like this class? It's very sophisticated. Yes.
Online there's a question. Marika is asking, when you begin to do something proactive and good and something outside of you comes up, for example, my dog has an emergency, is that also an opponent? So rather than inside voice, something from external.
So say it again. Why?
So when she's starting to do something good or proactive, something external comes and stops, like a emergency, for her pet or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. It's very good. I like it. So I'm start doing sharing act. Suddenly there is some kind of an urgent matter that relate to me selfishly or to someone that is close to me. So I feel that I should abandon this good deed and attend this immediately. So of course, if it's really, really urgent, yes. But many of the times it's one of the tricks of the opponent just to stop me doing, and I'm just getting into kind of roller coaster drama that I generate myself most of the times. But if it's a real emergency, okay, yeah, tend to it. But if the dog can wait a few hours and I will take care of him, yes, I can do that, no? But if I'm reactive and say, no, it means that the opponent just got me confused. That's what he does. He's getting us confused and uncertain. That's what this energy does, making us confused. You felt confused with all the situation with a friend?
Yes, no, but I'm just describing in my head some other situation. For example, you're going somewhere, and then, for example, you're going somewhere, and then something happened to the wheel of your car, and you have to stop. So it will take some time, like to change the tires and everything. So you will think, oh, you know what? This is a sign from above not to go there, or you just
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Mhm. So how
Not
to read the
necessarily.
signs, like which direction go?
But if you trust the light, you know that this delay was necessary. And actually it was necessary. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that I don't need to go there.
Mm-hmm.
But the delay is necessary.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay.
Before I ask Kabbalah, because it doesn't happen, I start cursing in high mirror. In the middle of the highway, my car doesn't work. But now I pause and say, there's a reason. There's a reason this should happen right now. And I trust that reason. Right. Thank you.
Beautiful. So, okay, so let's learn about the tricks of the opponent. Because he's tricking us, you know? Reactive behavior, selfishness, me. Be too busy with my needs constantly, me. This voice is opponent. Upset about the past or worried about the future. Doubting the light, the system of the light. Negative thoughts and judgments, seeking approval or recognizing or recognition for self-worth. Lusts, blindness, addictions, okay? So spiritual rule number 3 is overcoming the opponent within reveals the power of my soul. Every time I'm overcoming that voice, I'm connecting to my soul. The tool is, what the tool? Observe. Just observe this voice, okay? When you observe it and you understand that it's not you, it's already, you did 60% of the work of winning it. 60%. Just observe what my ego is telling me. Okay, so if we go towards the feeling that we felt in that moment of what we experienced today in one of those challenges, just to observe the voice of the opponent, you know, just to observe it. This is the idea, to see that there is another voice. Till today, we thought the other voice is me, or the opponent is them. I'm in a battle against them. No. I'm battle against this voice. That's it. That's the game of life. This voice is the game. It's nothing external. Okay. Any questions? Yes.
We call it interception happens. The soul comes to that new human beings. And today from Zohar, you mentioned when the baby comes out of the mom's womb, that Satan is, or for opponent's force is next to him, like a start and his like life. So it means every soul, when it's coming to this life, there is a specific force, negative force for that specific souls. Is it true?
Yeah.
From the beginning life to the death.
Yeah.
So when my soul goes back and comes to the another life, again the same force is coming, or
Depends how much you
Killing
get
it.
rid of it.
yeah,
Yeah. But the reason why it's there, because of the first sin, what we call the first mistake between Eve and the snake, so they already been attached. Okay? So since then, all humans has it. Every human, because we are part of that lineage.
even like the pure soul, like our prophets, like Moses, Jesus, they're like very noble souls. Like with them, negative force.
Any person, just they have such a strong soul that overcoming it constantly.
Yeah,
But it doesn't mean that they don't get challenged. Yeah.
definitely.
If you see their stories, you know, you see
So it's
that
like
they got
hair.
challenged constantly, but they didn't lose their connection to the light. That's the
It's true.
difference. But they had an opponent, constant, physical, mental, everyone, spiritual, all the way.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yes. So beautiful.
David?
And helping, yes. Another question?
Yeah. Maurizio is asking,
Mauricio.
can the voice of the opponent also be presented as, can also present itself as a visual image of what to do? Like, go do this, like that. Can it also sometimes come as an image?
I need explanation or example. You can talk if you want. The opponent
okay,
of the
thank you.
online people doesn't let them to speak.
I'm okay to
We
talk.
make the
So,
channel open. Guys, talk to us.
as an example, you're not
To
supposed
overcome the
to.
barrier of the distance.
Yeah. What do you want to open the mic?
You're not supposed to.
Okay, in the
Yeah,
meanwhile, till
But
we
it's
get Maurizio to share with us,
Please unmute it.
you know, the name of this force Kabbalistically called Satan. It's not this Satan that with all religions came about. It's just this force, yeah, and its name. So the Kabbalah Center put together a very, very powerful and sophisticated book that talks about this force autobiography. It means that he speaks for himself and he shows you how he functions. So if you want to go deeper into understand this force, it's one of the best book ever written in Kabbalah. Very, very powerful. So I suggest to get that. Yes.
Here.
Okay, Maurizio,
Okay.
can you speak now?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So as it is a simple example, but again, the example can go way beyond in complexity. But say you're not supposed to eat a cake, right? Simple as that. So you have the voice of the opponent. Idiot is you will get the sugar rush, the immediate satisfaction. That's the voice of the opponent, right?
Yes.
Then the voice of the soul say, what is the long-term benefit if there's somebody doing diet? Is that really helping you in the long term? So that's the voice that you may hear, right? But then can that, because I experimented, I felt the image of seeing me with my mouth with a piece of cupcake, kind of enjoying myself as an image, not necessarily as a voice. You know what I mean? So like an image of the immediate benefit. Do it because I'm seeing myself with my mouth full of cupcake cream and all that, and kind of enjoying the moment. Is that, does it make sense? Is it possible?
Absolutely. So everything that you see in social media, everything that you see around you, you have the desire to have. It's image. It's more alive. It's physical. That's part of the convincing methods of the opponent. That, wow, look at it, it's so great. Look at this love story. Look at this Hollywood movie. That's love. That's how romance need to be. And the moment I don't get it, I get disappointed. So that's how I view the world. Oh, seeing this commercial of Coca-Cola with those healthy people running, and they after a huge run, they're drinking this Coca-Cola. So, oh, it's amazing. Wow, such a nutrition for the body. That's how the opponent works, my friends. He invented Coca-Cola. You like Coca-Cola, by the way? No? No? Oh, good. Water? Yeah. What about half a lemon with olive oil with 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper within? You like it?
In cola or in?
No, just a little bit of water, half a lemon, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. I don't know. You didn't see the commercial about it? People drinking it and having fun? It's one of the most healthiest things in the world. I'm fighting every morning to drink that. No, it's not. It's just a side note. But it's very, very strong. The moment you drink it, it's cleansing all your arteries, and it's energizing the body. And it's not so spicy, by the way. Cayenne pepper, it's one of the most healthiest things in the world.
What are the things in it? Half a cup of
Repeat the recipe.
Huh?
Repeat the recipe.
People want the recipe here.
Lemon, it's lemon, you said?
Half a lemon,
Lemon. Olive oil.
a drop of olive oil, yes.
How much? Like a spoon?
Yeah, spoon. I like it. And half a teaspoon cayenne pepper. You can choose. You can add just to reduce the taste. I sometimes drink it straight.
All this in a cup of water?
Maybe we should put the recipe in.
Yeah. I will take a video me drinking it.
Yeah, put it.
If I will be able to do it, because sometimes the opponents find excuses why I shouldn't do it.
No, you have to overcome it too.
I will. I promise. When I take the video, I will overcome it.
No honey in that recipe, or do they make it too sweet?
No, you see, honey is from the opponent. Be careful from it. It's a lot of sugar. Yeah, that's one of his tricks. But no, sugar is.
Someone's asking if you can also.
Say again?
Someone is asking if you can also share a video of your workout.
Workout.
I'm kidding. No one asked that. Was my question.
For me, since I started Kabbalah November,
Yeah.
it was the start of this transformative journey.
Yes.
Before I had my ups
We
and
had the
downs.
opportunity to talk to advanced students here, guys, sharing examples.
Yeah. And what happened to me is like I have an indicator in my hand, like constantly just analyzing every inhale and exhale, like everything I do. I mean, from morning to the night, even when I sleep, is it towards the light or it was towards the darkness? Like you get used to it. It's not annoying. It's not like it's be part of your life, constantly checking. And you see this energy, like it's coming in this light, it's opening in your heart. That's like something, if you ask me, like in last October, I wouldn't be in this level of energy I have right now. This just Kabbalah changed entire my perspective from the to the life. Like back then, every something happened, why me? Like why happened to me? It's a 7 billion population. Like why me? Always asking why? But then now I know, accept that's a test. It's coming, but you have to pass this test successfully towards the light. And then like little by little, you accumulate this light every day and you enjoy it, you celebrate. Like I put a deadline, not deadline, like milestone, like this week, what I've done, should have done, I didn't. So negative point, positive point, accumulate. Okay, my positive is bigger than my negative. A win for myself. That's something I'm experiencing, and I got used to it, addicted to the Kabbalah. Thank you.
It's a good addiction.
It's a good addiction, yes.
So thought into action. Recognize, this is the entire week ahead of us, okay? This is your homework. Recognize and record moments during your day when you catch your opponent in action. It is a treasure hunt. You talk about journaling. This is a good thing to journal about. What does your opponent say? What are their arguments, pessimism, defenses, and or negative belief system? Was it illusion of lack or separation? Was it moment of drama, anger, victim? Most important, identified with the voice of your soul. Identify, it means relate more to the voice of your soul. Try to see what your soul's saying to you also. The moment you put the voice of the opponent a bit lower, you're going to start hearing your soul speaking to you. All right? So, Lidet, some announcement?
Okay. Thank you, David. I just wanted to share with you, well, the book already spoke about it, but many of you already know, but for those who don't know, we have two podcasts that are hosted by some Kabbalistic teachers. This is Spiritually Hungry. It's hosted by Michael and Monica Berg. They are the co-directors of the Kabbalah Center, and they are also authors of many of the books that we have here. So it's one episode every week. Like the last one was Desire for Ways to Tap into Fulfillment. So it's amazing. And the other one, it's Weekly Energy Boost with Elisheva Ballas and David Guillaume. They are teachers from LA. And for example, the last one was How Evil Speech Shortens Your Life. So I think it's amazing that you start hearing also this podcast during the week, so you can relate more, you can learn more about Kabbalah. They talk a lot how with daily challenges, you know. So it's also amazing. It's highly recommended if you want. They are in Spotify and Apple Podcasts, everywhere. So that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you, online people. Thank you.